Hello everybody, this is Dustin Hernandez, one of the trumpet players with the Islander Brass Quintet, and today I'd like to talk to you all about a couple of ways, some tips and tricks to help you remember the order of the lines and spaces on the treble clef staff. Now this video is supposed to be a follow-up to James's video, so if you haven't watched his video on explanation of the treble clef lines and spaces, then you might want to watch that and then go ahead and come on back to mine afterwards. So, just to recap, we have the 5 lines and 4 spaces on our staff, correct? We have E, G, B, D, F, and then F, A, C, E. Now, it might be a little confusing to try to remember that order right away. It's probably just like a different language to look at this and think of the 5 lines as letter names. So, a couple of ways that we can help ourselves is make up little tips and tricks. So one of the ways that you might hear already is have a little phrase for it. So, the order of the lines is E, G, B, D, F. What we're going to do is take those and put them on a little saying here. Every good boy does fine. So we take the first letter of each word and make it one of the lines on the treble clef. So remember the order, E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. And if maybe you don't like that phrase, as long as the first letter starts with the letter name on the treble clef, then you'll be good to go. It just has to go in that order, right? E, G, B, D, F. And of course, we can't forget about our space notes. The notes in the space is F-A-C-E. We put that together, it spells face. So a little phrase for that is face in the space, right? It's a little rhyme, so we put those two together. You have every good boy does fine and face in the space, and you're good to go. Another way that you can do it is just put the letters together. So if you don't want to remember the phrase, or if it's too much to remember and recall, put those letters next to each other, make a word out of it. So if we put them together, E, G, B, D, F, it's not a real word, but sound it out. E-G-B-D-F. Egabaduf. That helps you remember the order of the lines on the treble clef, and nothing else really sounds like it, so you shouldn't be getting confused about what they are. Egabaduf is just strictly for the treble clef staff, right? And then, of course, the space notes, F-A-C-E, it's just face in the space. That's probably one of the easiest ways to remember that. And lastly, one of the easiest ways to quiz yourself, remind yourself, and have a little cheat sheet on hand all the time is to use something that also has 5 lines and 4 spaces. And that is your hand. Much like the treble clef staff, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, right? So assign each finger a letter name, and each space a letter name as well. So we'll start from the bottom. Pinky is E, ring finger is G, middle finger is B, pointer finger is D, thumb is F, and then in our space we have first space here is F, second space is A, third space is C, fourth space is E. So you can have someone else hold up their hand and quiz you. So you just pick a finger, or you have your hand up, someone picks a finger, and you just try to remember it that way. So, okay, what is this finger? Okay, and maybe you think Egabaduf and think Egga, that's G. Or you think the phrase, every good boy does fine. So second finger, every good is G. Okay, there you go. Or you just count the lines. E, G, 1, 2, E, G, that's note G. And that goes for any of the lines and spaces. So those are just a couple of tips and tricks on how to help you understand the treble clef lines and spaces better, and ways to just help yourself during your practice, during your early stages of learning the music, and giving you an easy way to remember it all. So if you have any questions, get in touch with us. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time, and hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.